Hey guys, welcome back to another brand new video here on my YouTube channel. Now for today's video, we are going to be reviewing another book that I reread because I was still on another rereading kick, and I reread 3 more books this week because I just was not in the mood to start a new series. I just wanted to read some books that I knew that I had previously enjoyed so much. So the first book that I reread in the second set was Slapshot by Chelsea Curto. Now, when I read this book in 2025, I gave it 6 stars. It was my first and one of my only two 6-star books of 2025, and I still stand by that rating. This book is so fantastic. So it follows Madeline Galloway, and Hudson Hayes. So Madeline, why do I keep wanting to say Madison? Don't know why. Madeline Galloway is a executive chef at a restaurant in Vegas, and Hudson Hayes is the star defenseman for the DC Stars. So basically, Madison Galloway, the book starts with her losing her job because a group came and bought the restaurant Carve that she works at and is turning it into a small plate tapas style restaurant. So that night, she loses her job immediately. And she's a single mother to a deaf daughter. Now, the reason she's a single mother is because her daughter failed both her hearing tests as a baby, and so her husband left her because he did not want to care for a deaf baby, which is kind of shitty. So that's how she becomes a single mother, and she had moved out to Vegas with her husband at the time, but now she's divorced, a single mother. So she ends up rifling through her purse on one of the nights where she is looking for a job and just cannot find any. And then she sees the worn business card that she got from Piper Mitchell, who is the rinkside reporter for the DC Stars, who we meet her and Liam Sullivan in Power Play. And actually, Piper Mitchell gives her business card to Madeline Galloway in Power Play. Says, hey, if ever you need anything, just call me. So she ends up calling her up and saying, hey, do you know anybody in DC that is hiring for a chef position, like any restaurants? She's like, I'm willing to move and start fresh with my daughter. I just lost my job. And so Piper Mitchell is like, sorry, I don't know any places that are hiring for a chef, but I do know somebody in need of a private chef. And in comes Hudson Hayes. So basically, Piper Mitchell makes her way out to DC. She leaves her daughter in the care of her parents and ends up cooking a meal for Piper Mitchell, Liam Sullivan, and Hudson Hayes. And by the way, Madison Galloway does not know much on sports. Her 6-year-old daughter is the one that's more the fan of the DC Stars, so she doesn't really know any of the players. She even said, like, you could line up a bunch of random people and I just like couldn't tell you who they were. And so when she meets Hudson Hayes, she's like, oh, you're the blonde hockey player that Piper was talking about. And he's like, oh, you don't know who I am. And I think he finds that refreshing because every time he's tried to look for a private chef, he either finds somebody who is just a huge fan of him and can't actually cook, or somebody that like rifles through his things and goes through his personal stuff and just invades his privacy. And he really wants privacy in his home, right? Because he lives a very like public life as a hockey player. So he just likes his home to be his private space. And every chef that he's hired has kind of like invaded that in a way that has not been great. So he ends up hiring Madeline Galloway. I keep wanting to say Madison. I don't know why. Madeline Galloway. So she ends up moving with her daughter to DC. She ends up looking with Piper at different apartments. She can't find any that are good, that don't have any mold, that are in her price range. So Hudson is like, well, I have like 4 bedrooms in my apartment. I don't use 3 of them. So why don't you come live with me? And it could just make it easier for you and your daughter. You can spend more time with your daughter because you wouldn't have to commute and all that stuff. You'd be like working and living in the same place. So she ends up moving in with him, and it is a slow burn because she is just like not ready to fall in love again after what happened with her ex-husband. But Hudson Hayes wants to keep things professional. Like, that's his main goal, because other chefs have crossed the line into his private life. So he just wants to keep things professional, but he is slowly falling in love with her and her deaf daughter. And one of the things he does, which is why I gave this book 6 stars, is he, partway through the book, goes to Piper because he knows that Piper knows ASL, American Sign Language, and he's like, I want to learn ASL so that I can communicate with Lucy, which is Madeline's daughter. papers, like I can teach you ASL, but you can also, you live in DC, and there is the Gallaudet University, which is a university for deaf students. So she's like, you could probably have a student there also teach you along with me. So he takes online Zoom courses with a student from the Gallaudet University, if I'm pronouncing it properly. And it is just such a beautiful book. One of the reasons I also like Hudson Hayes is I have a soft spot for hockey players in the hockey romance world that are not like reformed playboys, that are all about like relationships, that don't just like sleep with whoever, really like crave being in a relationship and really falling hard for somebody. And that is Hudson Hayes. He falls hard and fast. He falls hard and first. I was gonna say hard and fast, but he falls first and hard. That's how it goes. And this is just such a beautiful story. I gave it 6 stars when I first read it, and I would give it 6 stars again. It is that amazing. Now, I know the DC Star series have been quite popular across social media. It deserves all the hype the series has gotten. If not, it deserves even more hype. Like, I think it should be turned into a TV series. That's how good it is, especially this book. I would love to see a whole season on this book. Oh, that'd be so fantastic. I cannot wait for the 2 final books, book 6 and 7, Cross Check and A Weak Side, to come out this year. And Chelsea Curto also recently announced that there's going to be a DC Stars novella. So I am so excited for that. And I'm so excited for her future hockey romance series because she killed it with this series, Chelsea Curto. So that is all for this review. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss another brand new video from me. You can also follow me at RomanceBLVD on Instagram and Thread, that's Romance Boulevard, and at Romance Boulevard, all spelled out, on TikTok. Until the next time, bye!